Okay, guys. Um, I'm actually making this video for Facebook, but I'm also going to add this to the YouTube video. If you look close enough on the bottom of that rock, you just keep an eye on it. You'll see them. The babies are moving. They're like little babies. They're not even free swimming yet. Um, I'm assuming that's Mama, but they've been taking turns. I think Mama and Papa are both taking turns. If you look really, really close enough, you can see them moving around. Um, it's kind of hard to see, but um, those are little fry. So they just were just born, and if you can see them, the one right there just moved. See it move? They're just like literally just being hatched, which is really really cool. That's why I moved them. That's why they're being so aggressive. But they're actually, if you just saw them move right there, they're actually moving right now. If you could see that, I don't know if you could. Let me try to get the camera in there a little better. It's kind of hard with the light, but um, if you see the little gray things, those are the babies. There's some eggs that just there it is. Just moved. You see that underneath his dorsal dorsal fin? Um, he was right there. You see the one to the left there moving? That's a little baby. Isn't that really cool? And there's some eggs that haven't hatched, but they look like they were all fertilized. So we're just waiting for these guys to hatch, and we're gonna have to get some baby brine and get these guys some food going here. But once they start um, hatching and getting out and free swimming, we'll have to do something. Probably gonna move the mama and papa back to the big tank. Um, I have other options, but as you can see, like I said, I wanted to show you guys real quick. You can see right there the baby swimming. Um, but we'll have to go out and get some baby brine or some baby food because they're so little that they're just hatching now. So just wanted to get that on video and show you guys real quick. And look out for the YouTube video. I'll have this coming out. If you are subscribed to my channel, I'll have a whole video on this, on how we decide to move these fish and let them be parents. All right, guys. Anyway, you guys know the deal. If you can't own them, rehome them. Um, always have a place for if you're doing fish tanks and you're in it for a long term. Always have extra tanks to do stuff like this. Move fish around, have babies, stuff like that. You know, we have babies in this tank here too. If you look closely, you can see all the baby guppies in there. But you know, there's probably guppies and mollies. But that's one tank. Told you guys I was done with the video, but this is the babies that are hatched. You can see them on the ground there. Mama moving them around, make sure they're okay. Pretty cool the way they take care of their babies. They're very good parents. They're convicts. They're polar convicts. Kind of like a parrotfish mixed with a convict cichlid. That's where they originally came from. That's what they're breeded for. Um, Parrot cichlids, um, or I'm sorry, the polar convict cichlids. That's what they call them. They're kind of um, a man-made fish, like the parrotfish are. Um, so um, interesting the way they looks like they got all the babies. Pick them up, put them in the back in the rock. There's a couple out there still. So now we got to get out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go upstairs and I got to make some food. I want to make them the food that I have, like LRB Aquatic says, just to make it a powdery type of deal, and the baby should eat it. But yeah, they can see them still hanging out right there. It's funny the way they pick them up and put them back in where they're supposed to be because they see me. Pretty cool. All right, guys. Well, this is nature at its finest, and I just want to say, there are some people in this hobby and some YouTubers who say that you can't have successful fish tanks without plants and a good substrate and all that stuff. Well, look at this substrate. This is this regular gravel, fluorescent rock. Came from this tank. We had blue gravel. So there's ways of taking care of fish without having a natural habitat for them. It's been done that way for years and years and years. So um, don't be scared away by someone who says you need a thick substrate and all this other stuff to have fish be successful in your aquariums. Um, this is a perfect example right here. Obviously, the fish are happy in their environment. They're happy in the water because they wouldn't be breeding if they did. And I have a lot of breeding going on down here, guys. Um, this tank right here, all these platies, babies in there. You can't really see a lot of them because they're hiding. But yeah, the water's good. Fish are happy, and we have babies. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but because there's a lot of them. But it looks like they pretty much scooped them all up, put them in the rock. I don't know if you can see. Put the camera back and see if you can see them in the rock, maybe. Yeah, you can see them in there. She's kind of hiding them, but you can see them in there. See them? They're all floating around. Pretty cool, guys. We'll have to keep the babies in the tank. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with Mama and Papa, but they're just way too aggressive when they have babies, and that's pretty much it with any cichlid. All right, guys, that's the ending of the video. I might have gone a little too long, but I did want to show you this. This is part of nature, and this is what you want in your tanks. You want to have your fish breeding. This is a sign of that you have good water, good quality, good tanks, and the fish are happy. So, till next time, we'll see you guys. Okay, guys, this is the last video I'll be making about the babies. Sorry about my thumb in there. As you can see, I still got them in there. They do a really good job of hiding the babies whenever I come to the tank. So, you can see that they're protecting their babies. I also put some baby brine in there, if you could see, for the babies. They'll go around eating them, and the mama actually will help the babies eat, which is quite amazing. As you can see, they burrowed the gravel, as you can see, just to give them hiding spots. I had to really go down and look inside the tank and see where they did that. You can see all the babies are pretty much free swimming now. Like I said, I had baby brine in there for the babies, but you can see if you look down in the gravel there, you'll see a lot of them. Right now, you can see Mama and Papa are just protecting their babies, and that's what they do. Now, someone asked me the other day, are you going to take the Mama and Papa out? I haven't done it yet. I haven't decided what to do yet with these babies. I don't know if I'm going to keep them, keep the parents in there. I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't made a decision yet. I can tell you that they're really good parents, and me as a fish keeper, if you look real close, you can see underneath the mama. You can see the babies all back there. But they do a good job, like I said, of hiding them. And you can see them. They're eating the food. So these are polar convict cichlids. Now, if you're not aware of a polar convict, they're a mix between parrotfish and a convict cichlid. They call them a hybrid, but they're really cool fish, and you can see that they're great parents. I'm having a piss of a time watching these guys raise their babies. It's just like almost like a human parent, the way they protect their babies, and it's really incredible. Like I said, nature is just one of the best parts of this hobby. You can see them right there. Now, if you're familiar with convicts, this is their first batch of babies. They usually keep having babies. So we may have to move these babies into, once they get big enough, um, I may just leave the mama and papa in there and put the babies in a 5 gallon like this. I got plenty of 5 gallon tanks we can raise them. Um, so that's what we're gonna do. You can see the angelfish are still doing their thing. I gotta feed them, but you can see they're in great shape. But anyway, like I said, look closely in there. You can see all the babies. I put a thing of brine in there, baby brine. It'll all float to the bottom. They'll all have something to eat. I feed the parents too, so don't worry about that. The only thing you have to worry about when you have babies, though, is your bio load. Obviously, increases with more fish. The more you feed, the more waste you're gonna have. Even if it's babies, you're still getting that waste. So, um, I actually had to change this filter yesterday, and you also want to make sure that the parents are good, because you only you only have enough filtration in there for two fish really. But it should be okay. We're gonna leave it the way it is. I cleaned this out yesterday. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Probably every 3 or 4 days we'll have to clean the filter out. People say it's not good to clean the filter, but in this situation it is, because um, you want to make sure that the ammonia doesn't spike in here. So, but for right now, I'm feeding these guys pretty much um, once a day. Um, I actually feed the babies twice a day. Um, but I fed enough today yesterday, where I thought that they would be good. So I just gave them one thing of baby brine. So like I said, with these babies, you always want to make sure that you have what they need. As you can see, they're digging through the gravel, which is great. So the babies don't, so they protect the babies. And all you need to run is a sponge filter. This is an old-fashioned sponge filter. These filters were used back in the 70s and 80s. I've had them for a long time. They're just as effective as a regular sponge filter. What I like about these is they run off air, but you also can run any type of filtration, chemical filtration, and I put biological filtration there. I put the ceramic media. So and if you need to increase the salinity, not salinity, if you need, I'm thinking salt water, you need to increase the pH or the GH, you could put some crushed coral in there, and it's effective. I love these. I actually love these for small tanks. They're so effective. I have them in this one here. I had the pump off so I could make a good video, and there's that one there. So all three 10-gallon tanks. Now the tanks that have a little more stock in them, like these guys here, there's a bunch of babies in there too. As you can see, this guy is pooping, but they have babies too in there. There's a couple ones that are hiding, but um, pretty much what I do with these guys um, is I have a smaller hang-on back filter that's running on this tank too, especially when I have a little more tank. Now, if I had another one, I think I do have another one, but it's too small for this tank. I don't have another smaller one, but I may plug one in here just to get this. But the problem with hang-on back filters is that you don't want to suck the babies up, so that's why I almost did it to myself. I could also put a double filtration if I wanted to, but for right now we're good. But like I said, if you're gonna have babies, make sure you have extra tanks, guys. This is what you're gonna get. The convict babies don't always keep the babies alive. They sometimes the first batch will eat them, but as you can see, they're raising them. They're doing pretty good. I'll keep mom and pop in here for another couple weeks, and just until um, the fry get a little bigger, and we'll have to move some fry around and possibly sell some. And if you guys want some, we may move them somewhere. We don't know. But like I said, when you have babies and you catch eggs and all this other stuff, you're only making your hobby funner. I made a comment the other day about someone told me I looked at my tanks and said I downsized. I actually downsized from 35 tanks to 20. But what I found more interesting is having what reinvigorated my passion for this hobby is getting back into the breeding. As you can see, this is my breeding station. All these tanks right now have babies in them, except for I think there's only one 5 gallon and down. So like this one here is a little bit under a 5 gallon. All these have cultures in them. You see, this has flies on top, but I have like a couple of snails now. This is I'm testing with no filtration. This one I had black worms in there, and I got some shrimp. I mean not shrimp, snails. And this one I'm trying to do a culture of snails or some maybe white worms. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing something different. But all these tanks down here, I can use for babies, and that's what they're there for. And the only thing that you have to worry about down here is I got a pump already that pumps all these tanks. And I already said before that even if I don't, with the pumps, I actually still have hang-on-back filters in some of these tanks, like this one here. Um, and you can see I run out sometimes. This one I have have a filter running on top. This is one of the Eclipse filters. That's always running a filter because I have more fish in here. And we're actually going to be moving the severums down here into this tank for now because I need to treat one of the bigger fish for parasites, which I will do. I actually already ordered the XPLP. I think he's got parasites, but I don't know how he got them, but parasites, grow in fish, and they stay in there for a long period of time. Don't necessarily die unless you kill them, and the fish won't die. They'll just be skinny. Anyway, that's a whole nother video. We'll do that video another time. But that's I call it the fish nook. That's where all the small tanks are. This is what we're doing. We're breeding. So guys, if you really enjoyed the video, keep watching. We're going to be doing more breeding, hopefully some angelfish stuff going on. But until next time, remember, if you can't own them, rehome them. And remember, like, subscribe, comment on these videos if you like them or not, and or give me some ideas. And don't be afraid to comment. Like I said, subscribe and tell your friends. So that's the last video we'll be doing of the babies. This is part 2. So we'll move on to something else, but just wanted to show you guys the final piece of the chapter, or final chapter of the book, for the baby convicts. All right, guys, see you next time.